Welcome to Step 7 of our Welcome Program. Here we'll be looking at the reports and dashboards you can produce in the system. Firstly, we have a dashboard tab which is split into a This Site dashboard and an All Sites dashboard. The This Site dashboard will provide you with a welcome message which you can remove after you first log in, site analysis breakdown, a KPI panel and a priority action grid. I'm just going to talk about these two panels. Firstly, the KPI panel allows you to see at a glance how your site is performing over time and whether it's trending up or down. As you can see, you can change the date range here and the numbers will update to reflect that date range. So if I select month as the date range, the platform now shows me full month-on-month comparisons. I can also see where I'm up to at this point in time compared to the same point in time the previous month. The priority action grid helps you to prioritize how you tackle the SEO on a particular website by showing you which components have a critical or warning status. Of the 60 or so modules within the platform, a number have scores attached to them, and it is these which will show up here if the system doesn't pass the website for that particular module. In other words, anything with a green score or showing at 100% according to the platform will not appear here. Any other scored component will. You can also move items around the grid, reset it to a default position, and also export it as part of the site overview report. You can then easily add your own additional priorities. This is handy if you want a simple way of reporting to clients to show them which are crucial issues you think require attention. The All Sites tab gives an overview of the performance of all your sites the user has access to. The system will summarize the performance of those sites in these two panels, operational KPIs and performance KPIs. Below it you have the Compare All Sites panel, which will give you two views, a grid view and a table view. This enables you to quickly compare the performance of sites over different date ranges and using different metrics. This can be very handy for roll-up reporting if you're working for an agency and managing several sites for a client. So that's dashboards. The other main area for reporting is in the Results tab. Most of the modules in this section are based on analytics data, so it is essential that you have Google Analytics or Omniture configured in your campaign setup if you want to see data displayed here. For configuring Omniture integration, please read this article. Firstly, in this tab we have the Result versus Target module. This allows you to set KPIs based on analytics data. You can set up to 6 and then 6 donuts will appear in the UI showing you how well or badly you're doing. Please note that these numbers are based on moving 30-day averages. So if you export this into a report and show full monthly numbers in other modules, these numbers might not exactly match up with those, depending on when you actually produce the report. Performance monitoring gives you a very simple breakdown of where you started and what your current monthly average is looking like. We find a lot of our agency clients particularly like this module as a summary slide for regular client reporting. Search engine visits give you a breakdown of PPC and organic traffic over time. You'll notice these modules allow you to change the chart type, and each of them also comes with a detailed breakdown of the numbers in a table below the chart. Organic visits gives you a breakdown of brand and non-branded visits. This is based on the filter we set up earlier. It's always useful to know whether your site is competing for non-branded terms, which will usually make up the vast majority of search volume for any particular market. All sites visits will show you where your traffic is coming from. I personally like displaying this data as a column or stack column chart, but it's entirely up to you. Organic goal conversions will import every single goal you have set up in Google Analytics. This can be very useful in determining how successful your site is in achieving particular goals over time. E-commerce transactions and revenue is pretty self-explanatory, as it will show you a breakdown of revenue and transactions over time for e-commerce sites. Obviously, these are crucial metrics to measure, and you might also want to consider looking at both this and the organic goal conversions module, as you can have both set up in Google Analytics. The 4 month-on-month components towards the bottom of this menu are very useful for reporting on ROI progress during a campaign. If you're an agency, these can be very helpful in proving to a client that you've delivered real value over the course of an SEO campaign. In particular, you might want to consider examining during a campaign review, for example, or towards the end of a campaign, the organic versus PPC module. This imports PPC data via Google Analytics, not AdWords. To access this data, we simply need you to have connected your AdWords account to your Google Analytics account. You do this in your AdWords admin settings. This module will then give you a very detailed breakdown over a long period of time of your ROI for your PPC and your SEO spend. The SEO spend here, by the way, is set by clicking on Edit SEO Fees and adding a monthly retainer, so the platform can work out cost per visit, cost per conversion, etc. The final module is the month-on-month keyword performance module, which gives you a monthly moving ranking average for your monitored keywords. It's a long-term view of keyword movements. So that's the last step in this introductory series of videos. I hope you enjoyed it. If you require further detail though, please download the free user manual if you haven't already done so. We hope you enjoy using Analytics SEO, but if you have any feedback to give, please get in touch via email, feedback@analyticsseo.com, Twitter @analyticsseo, or by phone. Numbers are on the website. We'd love to hear from you, and thank you for listening.